Hope y'all are ready because now we're live. We were talking so much we forgot what time
Okay.
it was.
Hey,
Hello.
everybody.
Who's out there? Julie says she's running through to say hello. I don't know if she's still here, but hello.
Hi.
And
Hello.
I forgot my banners. I am slacking. Welcome to Girls Night In, everybody.
Da, da, da,
It is Saturday night,
da.
and I
When's
got
Nadine coming back? Do we know?
huh?
When's Nadine coming back?
Oh, it's gonna be like at least 2, maybe 3 weeks.
Yeah, she said like 2 or 3 weeks from now. So she's only been gone a week. And I think she said she was going to be gone about a month, so I'm guessing about another 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So y'all are stuck with my channel for the next 3 weeks.
It's
Unless
all good.
Kay gets a wild hair up her ass and has odds to do it over her.
Oh my
I'm just playing. I know it ain't your thing.
god.
I'm so glad we're all hiding behind icons today. It's much less
I
Yep,
know.
stressful. It's so much
I
less
am.
stressful if y'all can't see my face.
Well, it's been a harrowing week for me. So.
Yes, I understand. Hi, Shadow Kitty and the family. What's up, fam?
Oh, hello. That's
Hey,
just.
family.
I feel crazy. Like I
Well,
honestly feel like
more
absolute
than normal,
mental.
crazy?
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I
What's
know.
going on?
It's like I
It's
had
'cause
this
you're cooped up.
compulsion to throw everything out.
Yep, it's because you're cooped up and you're momentarily disabled.
Well,
You're
I
not-
found out that one of my neighbors is planning on, well, she was like, I'd like to rent a dumpster, but it might be too much money and I'm like, well, you could probably get a bigger dumpster and I'd be willing to park my car somewhere else and you could put it where my car is and um if everyone chipped in from these 5 apartments and everyone kicked in $200, then
Yeah,
everyone could throw things out and all this other stuff
that's
and
a
I'm sitting
great
there and
idea.
I am just like over the moon because like I want these places. Like there's this one house behind me who has like garbage up to my neck
Oh no.
on their porch and that's at least $200 worth of stuff right there. And if you could throw out everything that you.
What happened?
I don't know. I heard a blip.
Hey, we lost you.
Oh, sorry,
Oh,
hold
there
on.
you are.
Here it costs a lot to
We
throw
know
things
it's
out
you.
and
Yeah, there you are. Okay.
I'm just over the moon, and I'm like, I'll kick in, just tell me how much it is, and I'm basically it's
Is your cat chewing on your microphone?
no, hold on,
Something's wrong. Poor baby. God damn, I hate audio issues.
is that better?
Yes, there she is.
Okay, so
That's
Again.
basically, it's like all these places have like trash outside their houses and this, that, and the other thing, and I'm like, if everyone kicked in, like I wouldn't mind moving my car for a month.
Oh yeah.
Like clean up your shit. Yeah, go ahead. You need my support for that? Fine. I don't mind at this point. Just have reasons to like reduce the rodent population around here before they find
Please.
my house.
No shit.
So like when she started talking about running a dumpster, I was like, yeah, let's do this. Let's go.
My daughter's friend has taken to calling the place across the street Little Vietnam because they have all these banana trees out front, and it is such a dilapidated, sad, terribly junked up place that I don't know. I just thought it was terrible, but it was funny at the same time, you know?
Yeah, I don't know if I'd call it Little Vietnam because it's like so American. I hate to
Oh, it
say
is.
it.
Yeah, it's so East Texan. It's really, yeah. You can't blame that on anything else. That's straight up redneck. Is what that shit is. Like if you mow your yard and you find two vehicles, you might be a redneck.
Oh my gosh. Yeah,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Jeff Foxworthy nailed it for sure. That's what redneck is. That's why I don't claim to ever be one. I am Southern and I am country, but I am no redneck.
Oh my. There's people up
Well,
here who are like, I'm a redneck, and I'm like,
Proud
okay.
of it. Yeah, proud redneck. They write
I had
songs
one guy write me. He said, "Are you wild?" And this is out of the blue. He's like,
like a panther,
"Are
and I'll
you
rip your throat
wild?"
out.
And I'm like, "No." I just out and out just went, "No,
No.
I'm not wild. I like boring. I
Nope.
want my life to be as boring as possible. Are you kidding me?
Tell them
I
I'm
don't need
squarer than a Rubik's cube, honey.
excitement.
Leave me be.
I don't need their idea of excitement. What the fuck is wild when you're in your 40s or 50s?
Oh
Are
my
you
gosh.
wild? It's
You'll
like,
have to forgive me. I trolled somebody the other day, and I got what was coming to me, which was
what?
fine. But it was
What?
funny.
You trolled?
I
What
did.
happened?
Somebody on my Twitter line said something about I'm starting to understand and really be able to relate to the anti-mask crowd and something about corporations and politics. And I was just like, really? And so I did I just said, bless your heart. Because, that's the one for shut the fuck up, you dumb ass. And he said, oh, no, it's not even like that. And he started to go into this long diatribe. And my response to that was Bugs Bunny yawning, you know.
Oh
And after that, it was like, well, you're not even trying to convince me that you're right. And I'm thinking, I haven't even presented a fucking argument yet, dude. What? I'm not trying to convince you of anything. I am seriously just trolling, which is not something I generally do. Know what came over me? But then he started calling me Grandpa. And I was just like, oh, well, it's Granny, thanks. But at the same time, I'm just having a really good time irritating you. And I was completely open and honest about it. I'm a truthful troll. But he had to insult me and think that calling me grandpa was going to insult me. And I was like, nope, that's not a derogatory term in my book because anybody who gets to be called grandpa is usually probably a pretty awesome person. So then he said, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't read your bio. I just assumed you were an old man in a clown wig.
Oh,
Oh my
And that's the
god.
gift of the mom from the '70s show laugh gift that I love so much. That's my because that's exactly what
No.
busted out laughing. Yeah,
oh yeah, because she
yeah,
goes,
it was beautiful. And I'm like, Bazinga, man, you got me. No, I'm just kidding. I'm thinking, you're so sad that all you can do is attack my appearance. Yeah, well, that means I win. Bye, motherfucker.
yeah, there you go.
If that's the best you can do is just attack my appearance, then
You ever notice that that's how it happens? Like someone had fat shamed a little boy on a roller coaster years ago on YouTube,
okay.
and it's just a little boy. He's chubby, but he can grow up be a big adult.
Yeah.
He needs his baby fat, and they're like, oh, this child abuse. And no, he was just a little chubby. He's fine. It's not child abuse.
Yeah.
They didn't take up 2 seats, they didn't have, like, IVs with pizza dripping through them. He's fine. He's just a regular little boy. And I basically wrote that, like, "Don't fat shame children. What's wrong with you? You're bullying a small child."
No
And then
kidding.
then they were like, "Oh, I bet you're a chick, and I bet you're fat too because you're
Aw.
defending a fat person." It's like, "Fat person? You're attacking a child.
I just like to tell him,
You're
come say that to
attacking a
my face, you
child."
chicken shit little keyboard warrior. That's how I feel
Yeah.
about people like that. It's like whatever. But yeah,
Yeah,
I got a huge chuckle out of that. Like I got the response I was looking for, which is irritating someone to the point where they have to call me names, which I don't do. Y'all know me well enough to know I really don't do that very often. But it's just sometimes something comes over me and I'm like, you know what? I've seen enough of this bullshit today, and you just happen to be the one I chose.
I had to mute a conversation about evolution on my thread because it was like it is a song that never
Never
ends
ends.
and it goes on and on,
Oh,
my
my
friends. And
friend.
I'm like, because it would go from a point and then into like a circle and come back to that same point and then into a circle and back to that same point. And I was like, dude, abiogenesis has nothing to do with evolution. You can have your Adam and Eve in your evolution too. Just make your excuses and accept science and move on. Just move on. And
Stop! Don't
nope,
look at me.
it went around Robin again. It is a song that never ends. So I was like, screw this, and just muted the conversation because they were just in. I don't find that enjoyable. I don't find like the Mobius strip of bullshit enjoyable. I really don't. And it's like, to me, that's not a real conversation. I'm fine with disagreeing with someone because it doesn't have to be a fight. you know? Hello?
Right.
Mhm.
Sorry.
Oh,
I
I
was
thought I
calling the
lost
dog.
everyone. Everything got really quiet for a second.
I was listening, but I was also calling the dogs.
Oh,
Muted. So
okay. So it was like, well, I wasn't sure because Finny just bumped my headset. Um, but it was like, I can disagree with someone without it getting ugly, you know? It's not like, your third grandmother on your mother's side must have been a paint chip eater. No, we're not going there. We're not going there.
fuck, you come up with the best shit, woman. I swear.
Thank you. Oh, you should hear me when I'm in an actual fight because it's just nuts. Anyway, so, all this stuff, and I don't go there. I don't go there, especially if someone's just stupidly wrong. Someone's allowed to be wrong. You don't have to be right about everything. And if you have to be right about everything, well, then you're probably dealing with other disorders and need to see a therapist. No one's
True.
perfect.
Yes, please stop pretending to be or trying to be at all.
Well, I hate that because it's like someone was like, "Oh, for the last 4 years or so, people have been like, oh, did you hear about so and so? They did
Robert,
this years
Robert X
ago."
is here. Hi, Robert.
Oh,
Welcome.
aren't we lucky? And Greg's
I
here too.
know. I say
Wow.
hi, Greg. Yeah, I'm so excited.
Oh,
And he's coming in now. I'm sorry I interrupted you, Faye, but
Oh no,
I have
that's
to
okay.
say hi to my people.
That's okay. I've got like kitten in my shirt anyway. So
Ooh, happy kitty.
no, he's on my lap and he's burrowing underneath my sweater. I think he's trying to keep warm
Oh,
because it's getting cold
Mr.
up here.
Finney. Mr. Finney.
He losing his
Good
balls
boy.
next week. Yes, he is.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, you're not gonna have your little bits anymore.
He will be much happier for that. He'll
He
be upset for a
is.
couple of days, but after that, he'll be fine.
oh
Well,
yeah.
she's getting done at the same time, so I don't need them roughhousing, so I've gotta make sure I can keep them separated,
Yeah.
in a quiet way, so I don't disturb the neighbors.
Oh, yeah. I
Yeah.
hate neighbors.
Well, I have really nice neighbors now. I
You're
had
lucky.
awful ones, but now I have nice ones. And when I hurt
That's
myself,
a weird
she
one.
brought my mail up the stairs for me because she didn't want me doing
Oh,
the stairs. How sweet is that?
That's
that's
very
really
sweet.
awesome.
I know. I'm very grateful. I didn't even have to ask her. She was just sweet that way.
That's
Oh,
super.
Finn. Oh, baby. Anyway, so he fell out of my sweater and fell onto the ground.
I lock the puppies outside with their mom because I just don't want to deal with them right now. They're
Oh,
becoming as stressful as the children because they're about to hit that toddler stage where they have a will of their own, but they do understand English. They just have to
oh.
decide if they want to obey the English or not.
Oh my gosh.
You know. So
Well, Rhonda, you have cats, so you have
I
perpetual
yeah,
commanders in your house.
yeah, well sometimes they're a huge pain in the ass, but right now they're both being lazy. And so Coco
Oh.
outside in a lawn chair on the deck or on the little porch thing I have. And then Gio's laying right beside the iPad, sleeping nicely. Um,
oh,
they love tormenting John because just they are a pain in the ass. But Gio likes to walk over people. Never mind, he could go another route every single time, but he'll walk over you to get where he wants to go.
notice
Until
me.
Oh.
You
yeah.
gotta love me, love me, love me. I'm a cat. Meow wow.
Uh
You
huh.
you gotta record that one day.
I love that song. Big Block sings cat song. I just love that song. I love
Yes,
it.
Meow meow meow. Oh, I
yes,
was
and
huh?
the meow aria. Y'all know that one, right? Yeah, Faye especially. You know the meow aria, right? The duet.
No. No.
Oh, I'll send you a link.
Okay.
Send you
I
a link.
just remember the old Meow Mix commercials from back in the day where they had the cat singing in the tape recorder and then he sang it backwards. Do y'all remember that? And it was
No.
wowum, wowum, wowum. Poor cat. The story behind the stupid commercial, like a stupid cat food commercial, is this poor cat was born and was only able to meow backwards. And then he discovers how to use a tape recorder so he could too ask for a meow mix by saying meow properly.
Oh dear.
And the cat says wowum, wowum. I'm
Oh,
so
that's
freaking
crazy.
old, y'all. That's funny. So yeah, I'm a grandpa in
Oh,
a clown wig. Oh my gosh. Don't
that
be.
is so funny.
Only thing I can do right now is just doodle through my stress.
And see, now I can make my own music, so you have to draw some pictures and we'll do videos together. I'll make music to go with your pictures. Give you a
But right
club beat.
now, my pictures will probably just be like things like ah.
Yes. Yes. Just like that.
Oh, my art's turning out like ah.
That's good. If
Oh my
that's how you
gosh,
feel, get
Faye.
it out. They'll come back in 100 years and go, yes, this was Faye during her period.
Well, that's why I logged off the computer for a long time last night because
Yeah.
I think the only turn two words that were in my vocabulary was fuck and no.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
that's all I could really say. And it's like if you're aware of what's going on in the world and the events that happened yesterday, with the passing of RBG.
Oh.
Yes.
Uh,
And I've had a tummy ache for 2 days, and that makes me bitchy. So I think that might have been while I was so trolly yesterday.
it's
Oh.
fine.
Well, that and I didn't get to buy the giant skeleton that I wanted.
Oh.
You
Oh,
did.
poor baby.
Okay, I posted a link to the meow song.
Okay,
Oh,
thank
okay,
you.
cool.
And I've got a boys choir singing it. Now, there's a boys
What?
choir singing this with a straight face.
What?
And imagine two sopranos singing it is all I say. It's very funny.
Okay. I will definitely watch that later and probably have a nice little giggle over that.
Yes,
I
you
need
will.
something to change my vocabulary from fucking no.
Yes, it's going to be I laugh at cats and people singing meow. That's what it is.
Aw. I have a
So,
couple of animal channels I watch when it's like too much for me.
uh-huh.
Okay, yeah, I've seen this before. I love this, but these little boys pull this off without cracking up.
Yep.
It's great.
They did.
Oh no.
Oh, that is too much fun. Okay, that is
Yep.
great.
My
Yep.
friends and I used to be in chorus, back in the day of school. And we used to put in dirty words occasionally, and no one could hear it, but we knew what we were singing, so we would make us crack up.
Robert's performing in the chat. These cats
Yep.
are made for command, and that's just what they'll do. And one of these days, these cats will go and command you too. That's great. I love it.
Yep. 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 Yep.
Aww.
I can hear it.
Thank
Yep.
you, Greg, for that.
These
Nancy
boots are
Sinatra.
made for walking. Yep.
Yeah,
There we go. That is
I love that song. I went
I'm
to
gonna.
karaoke one night because, like, it was a thing for a couple of years where all of us would get together and we'd go to karaoke. Get up and sing and blah, 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 waiting for my turn. And this great, big, hairy meatball of a biker goes up. Like, jeans, chains, leather, boots.
Yum.
He looks dangerous. He's covered in tattoos. He
Huh?
also looks like he hasn't bathed in months,
Oh
right?
dear. There you do. You
Like
just crossed the line there.
he really looks rode hard and put up what, if you know
A
what I mean.
real biker.
yep. Oh yeah.
Right, right. He doesn't look like, "Hi, I'm just a suburban husband who's
Can
dressed up
afford a
and
Harley.
things." No, he looks like the real deal. He's got the rings, he's got everything. He goes up
Owns
there,
nothing but his bike and his tattoos. That's it, man.
and then he starts singing, "These boots are made for walking." And he put on the voice and he put on the accent, and I'm like, "I love you." I was on my feet screaming like, "Yes! Yes!" And my boyfriend's like, "Sit down, you're making an ass of yourself." And I'm like, "Stand up and cheer."
Yeah. The only.
Stand up and cheer, because he did the little mincing walk too, and at the end he was doing the go-go boots, da 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 da. Oh, and his man boobs are going and everything, and he's got the jiggle going on, and I'm like, I love this guy.
That's
That is
fantastic. That's
hysterical.
It was
true
one of the best
entrepreneurship
nights of
right
my
there.
life, is seeing that biker.
Well, I think my most fun I ever had at karaoke was on my 40th birthday. I was singing I was singing Memory from Cats, and my friend Eric kneeled beside me and made cat motions, and I petted his,
Oh,
Oh my
and we
god,
got
that's
a standing
funny.
ovation for, not for my singing, but for Eric's imitation of a cat. It was great.
oh, that's sweet.
It was fun.
That is very sweet.
Yep, it was very fun. So we are, I don't know, having a good time, I guess, tonight with cats and memories and karaoke.
Hmm.
Oh,
That's pretty
freaking
awesome.
dogs.
What
And
about
the
dogs?
dogs.
Oh, just the neighbors came out in their backyard, and that is my dog's cue to freak the fuck out. Yeah.
Oh.
That's my
And
yard.
you have, let me guess, you have a fence like everybody in Texas has a fence,
Yep.
right?
Yep. Little chain link fence.
Uh huh.
About
And
four and
so
a half
the
feet tall.
dogs don't realize that over the chain link fence, they're allowed to be in their yard and they're
Yeah,
not invading. Yeah, they haven't figured
precisely.
that out.
No. Anything they can see is their territory. Anything the light touches, Simba, is my territory.
Oh no.
That's how they feel about it. So yeah.
So,
In their
Uh,
defense, the last fence we had, they could not see through. It was wooden privacy fence, and they could only see
right.
through the front gate a little bit, and so they have no idea what the hell this chain link is going all the way around. It's like I can
Oh,
uh,
see over there, but I
yeah,
can't
that's
get
how
over.
I feel.
I am just so beside myself with, like, I don't know, crazy right now.
Everything. It's
Yeah.
always like this in an election year, though. By this time of the year, everybody is fucking sick of it. We don't want to hear about it anymore. We'd like to just vote and get it over with. And I think everybody's just worn
I was
out.
gonna say, everybody knows who they're going to vote for now that the primaries are over. It's like,
Yeah.
Oh,
Or
I
what the hell
knew
are we waiting
before.
for?
I knew before.
Ouch. Oh, poor baby.
well, I honestly I had hoped for a different candidate to be the
Well,
Nominee,
yeah,
nominee,
of
yeah.
but
course.
he was not. But so I'll probably
It
suck it up
won't be
and
the
vote for.
first time I hold my nose and vote. That's for sure. Been doing that for years.
No, yep, same here.
It would just be nice if we could actually, you know,
I know
have
if
someone decent running for once.
or have somebody who
We got-
actually represented the people. What a
Oh, well,
novel.
we could have had that, but,
Well, I
people.
keep hoping that our government will just get a little younger. Just a little younger. I'm not talking about 20 somethings or whatever. I'm talking about 40 and 50 somethings. People who are not in their, winter years.
70s, 80s,
Yes.
90s. Yeah.
Knocking on heaven's door. Because, like I said earlier, that's just old people trying to get in heaven. They don't really care about anything but that.
Yeah,
They're gonna
right.
try to salvage something before it's too late, and it's like, no, you already ruined it. You don't get to try to make up for it now. Go away and let someone with some idea of how things are now deal with the situation.
Well,
Well,
I
yeah.
think there should be a test. Like, can you use Google Calendar? No?
Yes,
You can't
yeah,
run.
yeah. Can you use a cell phone to make a phone call?
Right.
Can you send a text? Although
Well,
that's not even
really,
really a good requirement because fuck, look at the damn idiot we got now tweets all day and all night, so we know he knows how to use technology.
well, I'll just say this. Anybody who's old enough to be my parent is too fucking old to be in government.
I agree.
Well, I
I
would
I
agree.
mean,
like to have Bernie. I'll be honest. I would
Oh, I'm
like
still
to have
too
Bernie.
ageist. I will never deny being ageist. I think certain
uh,
things happen at certain ages that you can't have any control over. It's just a matter of growing older, and
yeah,
there should be a cutoff point somewhere.
I know younger people in their 30s who don't know how to use Google Calendar. I'm
Well,
sorry.
yeah, yeah,
well, and Bernie, my thing with Bernie is just that if he were running for if he were the vice presidential candidate and not the presidential candidate, I would have less problem. But he's too old, and I'm not
yep.
going to vote for him just for that reason. It's like put some younger person up there who believes in the same things he does, and I'll vote for that person. But I'm not going to vote for somebody who's 85 years old.
Well, he's
I
not
know
that
the last
old.
time around I was all about Bernie. I enjoyed Bernie very much, and I voted for him in the primary. But this time around, I'm like, nope, you had your chance. You ran last time and you didn't get picked. I don't see you getting picked this time either. He's just a little too far left for enough people that it's we gotta try to find some common ground somewhere and stop being so fucking divided on everything.
He's
But
too
Yeah.
far left for the Democratic Party. That's what it
yeah,
is.
exactly, and that's
They
always
screwed
people
him.
can talk about independence and stuff all they want, but that everybody knows America is a two-party system, has been, always will be, and go ahead. I know there's a whole lot of my friends that are Trump people who are no longer Trump people. Like they think he's truly fucked up this time. So there's that. But they're not going to vote for Biden. They're going to vote for somebody else. Some other idiot who's going to run and think they have a chance. Because
Well,
Yeah.
what's the point
that's
wasting
the
all that money
problem is
campaigning when you know you can't win?
well, the problem is that it usually skews to the favor of the incumbent. Like Jill Stein in 2016, really she just skewed the vote further in favor of Trump rather than making it more toward Hillary.
Right, but we should have more than a two-party
Hillary
system.
was a
There's too much.
terrible candidate, though.
She
Hillary was the
was.
worst
Right,
possible fucking
right.
candidate we could have chosen. And
I'm
everybody knew that. And the fucking media wanted it to happen because they wanted this big fight between Trump and Hillary. That's
Oh,
what they
some
wanted.
people
Because they
actually
were actually
really
friends.
love her.
I know, but I don't care about them. I lost all respect for that woman when she did not kick Bill Clinton to the curb for getting a blowjob. So that's just fact.
I had a problem with her
It's not like
because
she needed him.
she talked about black people in hoodies as if they were like out to get her.
I don't. I
I
didn't hear
Oh
that, but
well.
that doesn't mean it didn't happen.
Well, and
Coming
she had
from Whiteville, USA, I kind of understand that. We talked about that earlier. Some things are more exotic in some places than others.
well, and
yeah,
tell
well,
you, Hillary Clinton thought registered nurses um weren't worth
pain.
$18 an hour at that time, and it's like, woman, you
Yeah,
have no what we do. Don't even get me started on her.
I
No,
wish we could
don't
stop
forget when she
electing
was in.
Harvard.
I think she was in fucking New York when she was like, they asked her if she would support gay marriage, and she shook her head no, like sorry, with a smug little smile on her face, and then flip flopped on it, and she's like all about it, and it's like, oh come on, why can't gay people get married? I was mad at her,
Yep.
I
so
agree.
I mean, like, I don't mean we shouldn't go here, but it's like
It's
I
okay.
know she's not running and blah blah blah, but there were reasons why I didn't like her, and I did vote for her even though I didn't want to. Really didn't want to, but I sat there for like 5 minutes in the booth going, do I vote or do I not vote? Do I vote or do I not vote? Do I vote? Because I voted blue the whole other way. And I'm like,
Mhm.
I'm going to vote.
Yep. And I mean, I voted for her in 2016, but I didn't love her.
Yeah, I didn't want to, but I had felt like I had no other choice, which is exactly how I feel right now about Biden. I really don't want to vote for him, but I have no other choice if I want Trump out of office. He's the only
Right.
option that has the even remotest possibility of beating Trump. And that is my goal. I'm not voting for Biden. I am voting against Trump. That's my job, is to keep
I
Yep.
Hitler
just, do you know what would be
where it was
awesome
last.
for Christmas?
But
Whether he wins the election or loses the election, my perfect Christmas gift would be for him to drop dead.
hello, I was thinking the same thing, or at least have a debilitating stroke or
Not
something where you can't
Yeah,
talk or
Oh,
anything.
well, then,
I'm not talking assassination or violence.
No,
I'm
natural
talking about
causes
the
is fine.
KFC finally kicking
McDonald's.
in.
The
yep.
problem is he's got like some of the world's finest doctors right now. God damn it!
Well, Nancy Pelosi would be president if Trump and Pence or whatever, if
Went out together, yeah.
went out together. Yeah, if for some reason, they had a mishap that they were both at and didn't make it, yeah, it would be totally Nancy Pelosi.
I think that's why they don't let them travel together. I'm
Yeah,
pretty
that
sure
is.
that's a thing. I can't be certain that's a thing, but I'm pretty sure that's a thing. They don't let the two of them travel together. Like they
No,
don't both
I think
they
fly on
that's
don't.
air.
the thing.
They never let the president and vice president like
Yeah.
occupy the same space for much time.
Yeah, unless it's at the actual White House. Yeah,
They tried to
I
like keep the
damn it.
the air in the spare, which is basically the air would be Pence and the spare is Pelosi. They try to keep like some sort of thing where it's not like everyone at once would go boom.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
But
I
I'm
will
kind
say
of
one thing. No
disappointed.
matter what happens, it's going to be okay because we are resilient people. We have survived 4 years of the most ridiculous shit I've ever seen in my life. If we can get through that, we can handle anything.
Except 4 more years of it.
I don't know, man. Like after a while, you get a callus built up for certain things,
I
and if
can't
you
get a
get that
callus for
little
this.
bit of tougher skin, that helps you survive that a little bit a little bit easier. I think.
Well, I
Just
Well, the
like
remember.
thing is, there's a death count.
I
Yep.
understand, but
And
that's
we have to develop a vaccine, and I wouldn't trust one coming out under the Trump administration. I'll have to go all the way to Germany to get one. Trust me. I couldn't
yeah.
do it if it was from an American company. Under this, it's like, oh, we're doing human trials. Are we? On who? For what? like they're rushing this thing and like uh it's not
Well,
Nope,
I
good.
I'm
remember.
gonna line up first to get it, and I'm gonna test it all out for you guys. So everybody can be all right and go get you a vaccine. I'll go ahead and line up and be their guinea pig because I want it.
Good.
As soon as it comes out, give it to me now and my children. The worst case scenario is it just doesn't work. It's not just gonna kill you. You know.
Actually, the worst case scenario is it could kill you.
Well, then I'd be dead and I wouldn't give a shit. That's how I
Well,
feel. Being dead does not fucking scare me. It's like that's the best fucking sleep ever and forever, and I can't wait. But no, I'm absolutely yes. Go ahead and give me the vaccine because I'm more than willing to take one for the team, y'all. Because I
well,
want to be able to go places and do shit again.
and in politics, I had a whole discussion because there are a set of twin boys that are from my little hometown, and they're very successful. One's a designer, one's a composer, um, and they do really well. But I figured, they're still the marginalized. They're the gay population, and I figured that the least my vote could do is keep them one more inch from harm's way. I
Yeah.
mean, because for me as a white person, it probably won't matter either way who wins, but if
Oh
I
my gosh,
can,
I'm so glad you said that.
well, it's
It's that
true.
it
It's
is
very,
true. I know.
and it's like if I can do something to help sway this election for somebody else, then let my vote work for that.
Oh my god, I'm so
Yeah.
glad you said that because I've been thinking that, but I was afraid to say it out loud. I'm
Thing
so glad
is,
you
Well, here I go, and I say
thing
it
no,
is,
every
it's
a
day.
lot
because
of my
it sounded as bad as
family,
I thought it was going.
the
It
next
actually sounded
generation
really
of my family is mostly mixed.
Yeah, I'm trying to think
Yeah,
of the future. Like, none of the shit that's happening right now really, other than the pandemic, which is completely unpolitical in my opinion, but it's already been politicized, so you can't unpoliticize it. Once it's been politicized, you're kind of fucking stuck with that shit. But most of what's going on is not going to directly affect my life, like you said, especially as a white person. And
yeah,
that's a privilege that I understand and realize that I have. If I can use that privilege to help someone else who doesn't have it, that's my goal. So
yep.
that's where that comes from. I am so glad you said that. That
That's
it's not a
That
why
bad.
that's why it's upsetting that we lost Ginsburg.
I know.
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely. I'm
She
there
she
with
was
you full
definitely
time.
one on our side.
She was on so many sides. She really did have an idea of what equality means,
Yes.
regardless of the label,
Yep.
regardless of the look, regardless of everything. She was a fair human being.
That's true wisdom right there. And that's rare in the human race. Very, very rare.
I mean, LGBTQ plus uh finally got somewhere with laws. Finally got, basically it is still a fight. Don't get me wrong, it is. But with another Kavanaugh, I
Oh,
can
fuck
see
that.
people losing a lot of advancement that we've done, and people will be in danger. Not just because like people are so much bolder. I mean, this isn't the time of like before Harvey Milk, you know what I mean? Like where people would just leave closeted and unhappy lives.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I left the chat. That was an inappropriate time to laugh.
No, it's okay. I know when you giggle like that, you're looking at the chat.
Meg
Where
Dirk
is Doorknob Head? I mean, come
I don't
on.
know, but Megadirk says the
Where is
Dutch
Doorknob
Minister of
Head?
Justice recently got married. They took pictures of him and his bride and their families on the stairs of a city hall where they had the ceremony. Now he's got a criminal record for not following COVID distancing rules.
Oh, that is adorable.
That's wonderful. I wish they'd do that around here. Oh,
Oh dear.
our president already has a criminal record, so There's that.
Most of the White House though has
Pretty
COVID.
much. Yeah.
Oh, they released that information the other day. I just wait
Well,
until what's his name gets it. Orange Boy.
yeah. Yeah. My one wish for all of this shit is everybody would stop with the doomsday talk. Oh no, this is the most awful thing. Everybody's over dramatic about
Well,
stuff.
no, I'm gonna keep
And
doing
it's
it because nope, I'm not. Nope,
talking about
not
you.
fixing it. Nope, sorry. It's how I feel.
I'm
That's what I'm
sorry
gonna
about you.
say.
But
It's
that's
how I
good to know.
feel. It's what I'm gonna say.
That's fine.
Sorry, sorry. You know.
Well, it just sounds way too Christiany to me. It sounds way too churchy. Oh no, our candidate's not winning, so God is unhappy, or the world's going to end now. And I heard so much of the world's going to end because I didn't get my way that I can't deal with it. So that's how I feel about it. Everybody just chill out and vote. For God's sake, fucking vote. Call your congressmen, call your senators, call your representatives, call your governor, call your fucking mayor. Tell
I
anybody.
do it weekly.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the people on YouTube land. I know you. You are the perfect example of what I'm talking about. Don't freak out. Do something. Vote and call your people and tell them how you feel about it because that's really the only thing you can do.
Oh, do you know what
And
I want to do?
fighting about it on Twitter is not going to fucking help.
I
I'm just
actually want to up the ante. I want to up the ante because I'm not satisfied with making all my phone calls. And, well, you've heard me even call Walmart. And yeah, I did get a
yeah.
sign changed and I made them clean
Good
the
for you.
store. But, like, I want to do something more. But I can't do it alone. But I
Right.
also can't imagine finding a group of people who would be willing to work together to do a thing. I'd like to get a whole bunch of artists together and kind of do like an art for humanity type thing where we draw drawings and we make memes and we work together to get out a message. And I know there are already memes and blah blah blah, but like target focus for a week, and
Yeah.
then switch to target the next week. It's because like I hate to say it, all these issues. This is what RBG means to me. It's like all these issues, whether it's Black Lives Matter, whether it's feminism, whether it's LGBTQ, whether it's like abortion rights, whether it's you can put all of that into like one thing. Basically, don't be a dick to people. They are all human. There are not others. They're not creatures from under the bed.
Amen. Preach
You
it,
know,
sister.
nobody is a freaking doormat for you to go and wipe your ass on. And we need to like scoop that all into one thing, even though these different issues do need attention, but target them and get it done and not just like, oh, well, like, oh, Black Lives Matter. It's like, come on, equality. Come on. What
Yeah.
is wrong with people? I
I
don't know.
don't know. I don't
I
know.
mean,
If
and
someone as
and you
simple as me can get it, why can't everybody? I mean, I'm a simple person. Not that I'm ignorant or stupid or anything, but I look at things simply.
like
Try
I've
to.
never had issues with anyone of color or religious issues. Like Christians do kind of creep me out sometimes when they're like, oh, the whole like eating and drinking of a human being and calling it love. That kind of like always squicked me out. But that's beside the point. Just don't dig the human sacrifice part. Like, really? Anyway, I never thought of that as like a good thing. But you know, for the most
That is
part,
so. I
what?
was going to say, Faye, that is so strange because until recently, until probably a year ago, it even just a year ago, I never thought twice about communion, about the human sacrifice, about the wine and the
Yeah.
yeah, and the bread being the body and the blood. I never thought twice about it until recently, and then when I really thought about it, and really
Yep.
thought about, ooh, that is so gross. It really grossed me out. And I'm like, I
Yep.
can't believe I thought that was normal.
Yeah.
It's really gross. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I used to work with my grandmother because she was a church organist and all this other stuff because we're poor, and
Yeah.
I would be paid for cleaning candle wax and stuff like that. But I never listened because we're atheists, so why would I listen? The one time I listened, I basically ran home and as soon as I saw my mother, I'm like, they ate people.
Oh
Oh
no.
my
I was like, they're cannibals. I was
God.
so distressed. And she
Oh
says,
my
I
god.
know it's barbaric, isn't it? I'm like, they were like, ew.
Yeah. Ew.
Like they really got into it. That's gross. And that has never left me.
Yeah.
That has never left me. That is like, oh, this, when they, oh, he's love and he's perfect. Yeah, we're gonna enjoy eating his flesh and drinking his blood.
I know,
Ew.
right? I never thought about it until probably a year ago.
It's
That's
Man,
crazy.
disgusting.
I don't know what the fuck I did with it. God damn it.
Well, if someone tells you that that's a good practice, and everyone around you that you respect and love and have come to admire think it's a good practice, you're not going to think about it, are you?
No, not a bit.
Oh, I know where it's at. I found it.
What are
Okay.
you looking for, Angie?
My roach.
Oh,
Oh my.
It's time for that little bump.
I got you.
No, but
It's because I have
seriously.
a tummy ache. That's my excuse today.
I mean,
Well,
um, I had to take little one to a couple of church events around here because like babysitting and things like that, and
Yeah.
when parents want certain things done, you do what they ask you to,
Yes.
regardless of your
You
own feelings,
do. Yes.
because that's what responsible adults do, in my opinion. Well, little one's no longer religious, and she was the one who didn't want to miss church. But there were times where, like, a guy would come up to her and talk to her and walk away, and I'm like, he's too old for you, and he was looking down your shirt. And there was another time where, like, a lady collapsed and they're all praying for her, and I'm like, call a fucking ambulance. What's wrong
uh,
with you people?
right? Oh my God, seriously.
And these are all separate events, and it took like years to build up these experiences. And I read the Jesus belt buckles, and I read the Jesus t-shirts, and I heard their rhetoric, and they were all like, oh, you should join our women's studies group, you're such a nice person, and nah, 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 nah. And it's like, nope, more for you. What? More Jesus for you.
I always got a kick out of the fact that they loved confessions. And so they all thought I was this lovely person, and then I would confess some horrible thing. Like, what? Holy shit, Angie. We didn't see that coming.
I had a friend in middle school, and she used to really, like, every Friday she really, like, think she'd be really quiet and pensive. I was just like, what's wrong with you? Well, I have to go to confession on Sunday,
Oh, dear.
and
Yep.
I haven't done anything. I can't decide what I'm gonna tell him this week.
That
She's like,
sucks.
usually I tell him I did something horrible, and then I confess that I lied.
There you
You
go.
know? And it's like, so you have to confess, and
Cover-
because you're confessing a lie, you tell them you've also lied. And she's, yes, because that balances it out. And I went,
That's right. Covers
oh.
all bases. That's
And
right.
I'm like, why don't you just say I haven't done anything wrong? And she's like,
That
well, then I'll
can't
get
be
my
true.
butt beat.
Yeah, because that can't be true. It's impossible for us to do nothing wrong because we're horrible, sinful creatures born in filth. So, yeah, fuck that
And
shit.
she
yeah.
used to rack her brain going, did I steal? What did I steal? What could I
Had an
steal?
impure thought about you, Father.
Ew. That's
Ew.
so gross.
That would be very skeevy. I'm sorry I even said that.
No, it's funny though. It's really funny. No, but I ended up trying to help her. It's like, did you steal? She's like, my family has money. What would I steal? You know, it's like, did you lie to your parents? No. Did you this? It's like, no. It's like, I don't even know what your commandments are. She's like, oh, I got them on a. She held up her arm and she had a charm bracelet
Oh,
with
jeez.
all the things on it, and it was like, okay, well, you can't do that. And you haven't done that. And you haven't murdered anyone, right? Not yet. You know.
Well, see what gets me? They give you they say the Ten Commandments. Okay, well, the Ten Commandments say one thing, but then there is a lot of other commandments in that book that they don't qualify as being in the 10, but you better obey them too. Like thought crimes is the part that gets me. God can read your mind. No, motherfucker, nobody can read my mind. And once you figure out that no one can read your mind, you can think shit. And once you start thinking shit, then you stop believing shit. So that's how I feel. That's what happened to me.
Yeah,
It's like,
I think that might be
no.
the case because you don't really. I've noticed a lot of people like I was arguing with a half sister of mine. I wasn't raised with her. Her mother's very religious, and she got in trouble for drawing Buddha,
Okay.
and because it's not Jesus. But anyway, I was
Hmm.
like, well, I have a problem with the whole like human sacrifice part of the Bible, and she said, there's no human sacrifice in the
Oh,
Bible.
yes. I had that conversation with a lady once too.
I was like, well, there's more than one, but they're part of the main story is a
Yeah.
human sacrifice,
Was
and she's
Jesus
like,
not? Yes. Yes.
and
Was
I
Jesus?
lost my temper, unfortunately, and I yelled at her, well, who the fuck is Jesus?
Yeah.
And she went, oh, I never thought of it that way. I
They
was like,
never do. That's why they call him the lamb, because they dehumanize him into being this little dumb animal that's okay to be sacrificed. Click, click, click.
oh yeah, well, when Daddy loves you, he'll take you to the rock and stab you anyway. So,
Yeah.
or
Oh,
promise to
good
like
boy,
burn the
Scooter.
first thing that comes out of his house, and it's his daughter. Yeah, there's that too.
Good boy, pooping outside. Good pup. Good boy, Scooter. Yay, one less tile I gotta pick up.
I
Good
just don't
boy.
get it.
It's I don't get it anymore, but I thought I got it at one point. Part of me realized I never believed really hard, and when I did really try the hardest to believe it is when I tried also rebelled the hardest against it. So I don't know.
That's hysterical. That is hysterical. But I mean, I don't know. I can't even imagine that kind of, I don't know, relationship with a book or a story.
I like that my parents weren't super strict with it or anything, but it's just so bad for your self-esteem to, square one, you're disgusting. The creature that supposedly created you because he wanted to have this lovely relationship with you made you shitty. you know, he made you
Right.
this way. And now he can't be your friend because you are the way he made you. Well, that's just, I can't. I can't.
What I can't get is I don't think there's anything in the Bible that says your dead relatives watch you after they die.
Yeah, there's a story in there, but it's
Okay,
not
because
true.
like when I was in college, one of my friends had a parent die, and she was really, like, really religious.
Yes.
Like, she could barely, like,
And now
function
my
as a
mom is my
human
guardian
being,
angel. Yeah.
and it was terrible. Like, oh god, I could go on for hours about this chick.
I
But
know. How did I get here?
I felt really bad because her parent died and blah blah blah, and I was like, she's like, oh, now I know she's watching over me all the time, and I got an A because of her, and this because of her, and blah blah blah. And I was like, So that means she's watching you when you pee.
Yeah. Does that mean she watched you when you kissed that boy the other day?
Oh, she didn't kiss boys.
Oh, well, I get, you know what I meant.
She was she was waiting for marriage, even for hand holding. It was disgusting.
Oh, that's so sad.
Yeah.
Poor thing.
And I'm sitting there going, that's a bad idea.
Wouldn't it be, see, to me now it's easier to think about my dad is not somewhere that I can't get to him. He's not in heaven somewhere waiting or watching or, hoping that I make it. He's just gone. And then I don't have to, oh my gosh. It's so much easier to not believe in that shit because, yeah, it's just easier. It's easier on your heart. It's easier on your brain. Because if my dad was
Watching?
somewhere, if my dad was watching me, he would do whatever it took to get back here to take care of me. He would have been there in that tornado. He would have been right there, you know? So I'm just like,
Mhm.
no, I don't buy it. I don't buy it. Not happening. But I'm more at peace knowing he's not watching me. I feel freer that way too. I don't like the idea of somebody watching every fucking move I make and judging me for every fucking decision that I choose to make. I pay for my own choices. I will own my choices and I will pay for them. I'm tired of giving credit to somebody else for the shit in my life. It's all my fault, and I like it that way.
Well, there you go. That is much more freeing, and when you own it yourself, for sure.
All I know is whenever I tell anyone locally that I'm an atheist, usually I end up with some sort of condescending talk thrown in my direction,
I'm gonna
even
pray
though
for
I'm
you.
not doing anything about their beliefs. And what do you call it? Or they just look at me shitty, going, "I saw my mother's soul leave her body when she died," and it's like,
You lie.
and I'm like, okay.
You're a liar. I
I,
just look at him and go, that's bullshit. That's not true. You might wanted to, but you didn't see that shit. You crazy.
I just sit there and go, okay,
Oh
okay.
my
And
god.
and the way that I say okay means I don't believe you, but
We
the
were 3
dirty
minutes
look
late.
stays on
Yeah,
their face.
I know. They
It's
look at me
hard
like
to
I grew
say.
up from bed or something. Or like I just told them their best friend died. That's the other look I get, that pain. Oh my God, I'm so wounded because you don't believe in my God. That's like I hurt their feelings because I don't agree, and I'm not ever mean to anybody about that kind of shit. I did tell a guy off in the dollar store the other day about wearing masks and stuff, but I had the clerk wearing a mask backing me up, so it was okay.
I had a neighbor knock on my door. She had a phone in her hand and she goes, "Look at these pictures." And she's showing me these pictures with these glowing orbs around her and her daughter. And she goes, that's my grandma and my grandpa and this person who died and that person who died.
uh,
And I said to her,
no,
"No,
you need
that's
to
the amount of dust in your house, and that's why you can't breathe."
you need to clean your fucking house. That's what that is.
That's
You
what I
get a
told her.
screen for the windows so the bugs
I
can't.
was like, "That is dust and light. Are you out of your This is not your entire like dead family hanging out with you, loving on you. That's filth. Clean
Yeah,
your house."
yeah, that is dirt floating around in your air, honey.
Oh, I was not her favorite person, let's just put it that way.
Oh, you're leaving us, Robert. We're almost done. It has been, our hour is up. And this was a little different from what we usually do on Girls Night, but it's a rare moment in history, and nobody's feeling top of their game today. So this is what you get.
Yep,
Us,
you get what
us
you
being
get.
us. This was probably the most genuine one we've had in a long time, where it's just us talking to each other, and it's not like we're in front of an audience. So that's pretty cool. I enjoyed it. Oh, really? Shut up.
Although I did miss Doorknob Head. I don't know where he went.
I don't
Yes.
know. We missed Doorknob Head too. Yeah, that's a shame, but that's okay. He'll be back.
It's like he's part of the furniture now.
I know.
He's the doorknob.
Yeah, he needs to be around.
I
We
agree.
didn't say his name early enough in the show. That's what it was. We should have said Doorknob Head 3 times early in the show, and then he would have showed up.
Yep, there we go. That is what we missed.
Okay, I've got to go spray my critters with the hose. So everybody say bye to the audience.
Bye, y'all.
Thank y'all for coming. We'll catch you next week.
All right.
Have a
Bye.
good one.
I hit the wrong button again.
Oh, you're funny.